Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Borrow, Buy or Bin. Before we get started, I've got to say, please excuse the wet patches on my top. Drool, need I say more? So this week we'll be looking at this. It's the Love to Dream Swaddle Up Transition Bag. This one's 2.5 tog and warm. Now, I got introduced to this brand when my baby Oren was first born 5 months ago by a friend in America actually who sent a care package out to me. Thanks, Becky Donoghue. And in that package was one of these. It was a smaller one than this, but it was exactly this colour and this tog. And having a new baby, not knowing anything about swaddling or anything other than what I'd been taught in the hospital, which was to put your baby on their back and put some blankets up to about here in bed, tucking them in at the sides. I didn't really know what to do with this thing that my friend had sent me, but she insisted that it had been an absolute lifesaver for her and her 2 young children. So of course I tried it. Now at the very beginning I had one of these, the little one, the one that was for newborns, and we didn't use it on him at night time at first. I just used it for breastfeeding because I was finding that when I had him in my arms feeding, he would often scratch both me and his own face with those very sharp newborn nails. So I found that using this was really good for breastfeeding because it kept his hands tucked away and out of harm's way. But after a while, when he was probably about a month or two, we decided to start using it at night, and it was brilliant. He absolutely loves it. It's got this unique design where they're swaddled, but their arms are up in the arms up position, which apparently babies prefer, and I can probably vouch for that, having just one baby, but this one definitely prefers his arms up at night. And so every night we put him in one of these. I also have the summer version. This one's actually made of bamboo, I think, bamboo light, because we had heat waves here in London, as you know, if you're a Londoner. And being a new mum, panicking about temperatures and whatnot and not wanting my baby to overheat, I decided to get this very, very lightweight one. But that's probably coming out of that sort of season now. So I bought a new one. Now, Oren is now 5 months old, more or less, and he's starting to show signs of being able to roll and turn over. And they recommend that you buy their transition bag because, as you probably know, there are such things as grow bags where the arms are free. And that's what you want to move on to if your baby can roll and move around in bed, because I think it's quite dangerous to keep them swaddled with their arms inside a bag. However, if they're used to wearing one of these with their arms up, they're not going to like suddenly having their arms free. And we did try this the other night with Oren in a normal grow bag, and he just wouldn't go down for his nap or at night. So I bit the bullet and I bought one of these, and I'm yet to open it. So the great thing about this is that it's still that arms up design, but because it's a transition bag, as you can see on the picture, you can zip off one of the arms at a time so that the baby can have one of their arms free. There's my arm. And the other one still swaddled, and then eventually I suppose the idea is that you take them both off. So we haven't used this on Oren yet, but we will very soon. As I said, this one's a 2.5 tog, so it's a little bit warmer than the ones that we've been using so far, but presumably now that we're in September, although it shows no sign of getting any cooler just yet, I think it will probably be needed pretty soon. So let's have a little look at this. I have not seen something this warm before. I haven't seen the transition element either, so I'm actually quite excited. Sad, isn't it? Once you've got a baby, you become really quite excited about things like this. Anyway, wow, okay. So yeah, first of all, I can tell it's much, much thicker than the other two that I've got, which is pretty obvious. But as you can see, the design is the same. So you've got that swaddle element at the top where the baby's arms go up into these elements here. And then you've got this nice cover at the top for the zip. That zips off and the baby goes inside. And it looks nice and cozy. You've got lots of nice room at the bottom. Now these come in different sizes, of course. This one is a size large, so this is for 8.5 to 11 kilograms, so 19 to 24 pounds. So our baby is almost big enough to go into this. So then the idea is that obviously when you first put him in here, because he's used to being swaddled and he's used to having this type of bag on, is that you would leave these two sides on the bag. But then to get him used to sleeping with his arms free, you unzip one of the sides like that, so then he would have one arm sticking out and the other arm in, and then eventually I guess you unzip the other one as well, and then you have a regular grow bag basically. Yeah, so far so good. I like it. I quite like the colour. It seems well made. The seams are all pretty good. I'm not going to lie, this brand isn't cheap. I think these other swaddle bags that I've got were probably in the region of about £30, to be honest, which seems like an awful lot of money considering it is just a little scrap of material. But you can get them secondhand. As I said, my first one was gifted to me by a friend. This one, which was a bigger size up than the one I was gifted, I got from eBay secondhand from a mum who'd already used it for her baby. And then this one is new, but from eBay, so presumably whoever had bought this decided they weren't going to use it anymore. So yeah, if you're on a budget, and let's face it, we are, because there are so many things to buy for a new baby and they're also expensive, then do shop around and try and get them secondhand. And plus it's nice to just use things again, I think. I mean, especially for babies, they wear them for such a short time. So my verdict on the Swaddle Up transition bag so far is buy.